Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. You see me at my desk today. It's been a while since I did the last hardware video on the channel. Today I'm going to do a little review of all the products I bought so far of the the company, the Behar Bros. It's called Behar Bros. It's a company based in Turkey, and they make awesome connectivity options for the Sega Dreamcast. I think they have some other products as well for the original Xbox, but the main stuff they sell is for the Dreamcast. And over the years, I bought some items from them, pretty awesome items. And yeah, let's take a look at those things. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing I want to show you, I'll put the link to the company in the description, by the way. The first thing I want to show you is this. You can see, can you see that on camera? There is the little logo BBS down here. That's the logo of the Behar Bros. And this thing is just a replacement PSU for the Sega Dreamcast, a power supply unit. So, you can see how little this is. And the original one of the Dreamcast was like this size. And of course, it's all a tech, it gets more hot. And with something like that, it's not as cramped in the Dreamcast. Um, and yeah, it's a more efficient way to use power, especially if you still use the original disk drive, then a smaller PSU with less heat is always a bonus. But that's not the okay. The second item is this, the Prodigy. Sorry, the lights are. Prodigy is nothing more than a capture card. It has, you can see here, it has USB-C for the data, HDMI in and out, and mic and out audio jacks on the back. I love the design of the Behar Bros, by the way. It's always groovy names and a colorful plate. So, so I actually don't use the Prodigy that much, but usually use when I do videos, I use my Elgato capture card. But the Elgato is, of course, made for modern devices, and the Elgato always expects a 1080p signal, to my experience. And if you're recording of weaker consoles that have a weak signal, like the N64, for example, or the PC Engine, um, then sometimes the Elgato it refuses to work, or the image has not the correct size, and this is where the Prodigy comes in. This is made specifically for consoles, for older consoles, and yeah, it's a very nothing more to say. It's a very efficient capture card, very nice picture, very nice recording you can get out of it. But now we come to the main stuff I bought from the Behar Bros. The first one is the Toro. You can see the name here. It's a VGA box. So this end you connect to the Dreamcast, and then you have, with the Toro, you have two options. On one side, you have SCART out for all the games that doesn't support VGA. If you're not familiar with that, of the Dreamcast's, I don't know, 800 games, almost all support VGA. There are maybe 80 or something like that that doesn't, and a lot of those can be force booted into VGA. But there are still some games that will not work with with the VGA out. We have here a VGA out and two audio jacks. And of course, with the Toro, you have both. You have switches on this side. You can switch between VGA and RGB, of course, depends on which side you want to use. Then you have a scanline generator built in, and you can even control the how wide the scanlines are with another switch. So you can still buy the Toro on the website of the Behar Bros, but it's a little. And for years, guys, for years, it gave me. I used this for years, and it gave me a really good, really nice Dreamcast picture. The picture quality is great that comes out of this thing. And but of course, yeah, my older flat screen TV had a SCART port and it had a VGA port. But then someday, like we all do, I bought a new TV, a new flat screen TV, and it only has HDMI in and maybe component, but no SCART anymore, definitely no VGA anymore. So, so if you have a newer TV and you still want to use those ports, you need another device in between the Toro and the TV, like another box to convert the SCART signal into an HDMI, so you can use the HDMI port on the TV. And this is where becomes really complicated. You need extra stuff. So the Toro was great for a long period of time for me, but now with a more modern TV, um, I needed another solution. But I still love it. It's as I said with the Prodigy, I love the design of the products of the Behar Bros. Yeah. So what did I do then? I bought the Acura. You can see the name here. It has black design, and you can see already here it has an HDMI port. Yeah. So what's the deal with the Acura? Um, you have to be aware that with the Acura, you will not be able to play those 80 games I talked before. That uh, the 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 few games actually of the 80 that doesn't support VGA, and can't be force booted to VGA. So those few games you can't play with the Acura. It has a switch, VGA RGB, but this is actually just for the switch trick and to force boot those games into VGA. And it has also scanline generator like the Toro. So it is of course convenient. You have an HDMI port that goes straight into your TV, and yeah, those. How many games are those? Of those 80 that doesn't support VGA, maybe 30, 30 like that. Um, you just can't play this with the Acura. If back then, if I wanted to play one of those 30 games, I connected the Toro. But for like 90% of the Dreamcast library, the Acura is a very fine device. But I think now I have to address that. I think you can still buy the Toro on the website of the Behar Bros, but you and the Prodigy too, the capture card, you can buy that too. But I think they don't sell the Acura anymore. They don't produce it anymore. And also the I talked in the beginning, the Dreamcast PSU. I think they doesn't sell that anymore either. But you can get similar devices on eBay very easily. Okay, one last thing I should mention with the Acura. I, of course, used it to connect my Dreamcast, and I used the M Classic in the Acura, like so, to get a really, really nice and perfect and clean Dreamcast image out of the thing to your TV. Very great combination. Of course, I will not talk about the M Classic in detail today. So yeah, and then I used the Acura for a long time, and then suddenly, I think it's just 2 months ago, uh, I read about the new device they released. They just released that, so of course you can buy that on the website, and it's awesome, guys. They made the Ronin. You can see it here. It's a little smaller than the Toro and the Acura. Just has one HDMI port, two switches. One is for uh, scan lines, I think, and the other one is again, like on the Acura, a VGA RGB switch. But something is different with the Ronin. It actually, you can play, unlike the Acura, you can play every single Dreamcast game with the Ronin. I just, maybe you saw it on the channel, the Dispiria video I made, the Dreamcast Japanese horror RPG. I Dispiria is one of those games that will not work in VGA mode. Uh, but with the Ronin, just plug an HDMI cable in here, or of course in the M Classic, and the other end goes into the TV. Set the Ronin to RGB mode, and then just boot it up, and the game will display perfectly on your TV. I can't really say enough good things about this thing. Uh, Finally, I have a solution. I have a product. I can play every game with it in beautiful picture quality, even enhanced by the N Classic. It's awesome. Those products, like the Ronin and the Toro 2, I think, cost about. I think you can look that up on the website. They cost, I think, about $70. So for me, I live in Central Europe. It was the $70 for the device, then the shipping and the the custom fee to import it was, I think, in total 105 euros or something like that. It's not cheap, but actually you just need to buy the Ronin if you want to have a really good image with your Dreamcast and you love playing your Dreamcast. You only need to buy this device. You don't even need the M Classic if you don't want to. The Ronin itself has a very, very clean and very nice picture, and you can play every Dreamcast game on modern TVs. That's it. Okay, guys, I think you can, of course, detach. I always leave the cables attached, but you can detach those too if you like. So one final shot at all those boxes. As I said, I love the design. And yeah, that's all I have to say. I hope they continue the work and keep making awesome products. I don't know if it's possible to even enhance the Dreamcast VGA boxes even more than they already have done with the Ronin, but we will see what they do in the future. So, guys, this is thank you for listening. This is where the video will end. Okay, guys, this was my little speech about the awesome products of the Behar Bros, the Dreamcast VGA boxes. Uh, yeah, if you love your Dreamcast, if you still love playing your Dreamcast, but you only have modern day TVs available, uh, really the options, especially the Ronin, the options of the Behar Bros are really a nice choice. So yeah, guys, I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please leave me a comment down below. Please tell me in the comments which connection method do you use with your Sega Dreamcast? Do you use the Ronin 2 or the Acura or something of a different company? Let me know in the comments. I'll see you next time. Bye.